Okay, I am back, and everything I have unfortunately has paint all over it because this is the life of a painter. But alright. Okay, this gotta be higher. That's my problem. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to one of these days my height difference is gonna be better. I don't know. One of these days. Maybe if I put the suitcase on here and just tilt this a little bit. Oh, yes. This is much better. My friends, yarn could be your best friend. And I do mean it could be your best friend. You just gotta know how to braid. And honestly, a lot of times people would braid all kinds of goods back in the day. Guess it was a hippie thing. But I got this here and I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this here and braid this in with the cord. And it's so easy. I like to do the 3 corn roll method here. So we just gotta map out your string. Oh, hi, how you doing? I'm doing tarot cards, but somebody wants to buy a necklace from me. They want a purple crystal. So I'm making my necklace for sale. I always have a hustle fund, always. That's just who I am. I always got the hustle going. It's always a legal hustle though. Always that. It's never an illegal hustle. Alright. I'm gonna take these and right where the pendant at is in here. I'm gonna stick them in here. And if there's already a cord in there, use it with your yarn. It doesn't matter. String is string, right? That's what I like to say. String is string. Alright. I'm gonna stick that through like that. And I figure I haven't been over here for a while. My younger son has been having some life altering things going on in his life, so there. Now, what we want to do is you want to start the sequence this way. Alright. Depending on how, if you're right-handed or left-handed, I'm right-handed. So you have all your strings here. You're simply braiding one side and braiding the other. It's so easy. And then I got these picture frames that my husband gave me and donated to the stream. So I'll probably, I was thinking of sketching some pictures out and doing that. All right, I'm going to keep the black cord in the middle. All right. I want to keep this kind of right in the middle here. So I'm going to go over and over, out this way. When you start this sequence, you kind of try to be gentle, don't try to tug at the cord. And you can spruce up just a plain old cord easily. And honestly, I think it's more fun to make by yourself. I'm going to make sure that what one side is the other equals out. There you go. And then you just hold it and carefully bring it over. But I figure I'll get this done and maybe a picture frame, and then my husband should be home. But yeah, my youngest was having problems with his ex relationship. They got a kid together and everything. So people like to come to me for their problems. They always do. See, with this, if you do this with like a cord and you use the one string, it kind of helps it, like, it decorates it up and makes it nice. And like I said, yarn is wonderful. I love yarn. I put yarn in my headband. That's how much I like it. It makes it nice. And people like will buy this stuff from me. It's crazy. And I just find it so easy. But what are you gonna do? I think this like is nice with the white yarn because it's black and white cord. Because you don't, sometimes you don't want it too dark, but you don't want it too light. I'm doing tarot card readings still, but I sell goods and jewelry, so I do it locally. So a lot of times I have to do two things at once. So I buy a lot of arts and crafts stuff from YouTube and not YouTube, oh my god, from YouTube, from like different places, my material, my raw material, and I make it. This is what I do. And I figured people are wanting to buy my painting, so that'll be a nice little hustle for me. I mean, I did make it. It's not like I'm hurting anybody by selling them a painting. You're allowed to buy paintings. I'm not hurting nobody's life here. But this is all you do with this cord. And see how nice this is turning out? It's kind of where you want to be with this cord. I'm gonna move it around, and it's gonna look so pretty. People really like my jewelry. They enjoy it a lot. But I've been lately my I've been having problems with ingrown toenails. And not just normal ingrown toenails where you just see a pedicurist and it's over. No. I had to go and see a surgeon and get them removed. I took 12 days off from work and it was insane. I finally got to work again. I bought you'll laugh, these Mexican things from Amazon. And they're so comfortable. You gotta have two pairs of socks because they're a men's size, but I did my own. I was not going to that. I literally refused to go to the emergency room. Refused. Alright, I'm finding a focal point here to tie this a little. I'm going to try to tie this together. And this is what you have to do. What? Like I said, I like to do videos and walk my dog, and I make stuff for people. This is my life. Right. I fall short a little bit. I'm trying to take this tiny little string. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So I'm going to have to reinforce it this way. Just do real tight here. Alright, then I'm going to put this here. And these simple little jewelry, is good for Christmas presents. Or they really are. I love making, like, I make most of all my presents. I do. If I gave you a present, I absolutely spent no money, barely making it. So you don't have to feel bad when you get a present from me because of something that I made in bulk. Okay. Once you did that side, you do this. Hi, Carmen. All right. All right. Now, I've been liking popcorn that's plain. I've been on a crazy diet lately. When I got sick, I'm in a full recovery and I'm better than ever, but now I crave water, no salt, barely any sugar. It's it's insane. I didn't sign up for this. I'll tell you that much. My body decided it just likes it. So I got this popcorn maker from Amazon. It's a silicone one. You put it in your microwave for 2 minutes. And you can give dogs popcorn. Dogs. They are allowed to have popcorn, but it has to be plain. So I've been making Chong popcorn because it's cheap. You got to pay bills or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You need a cheap little snack for your dog because, I buy a bark box every month. I swear to God, we're getting ready to move and stuff, and all I keep finding is bark boxes. But he gets tired of eating the treats from the bark box, so I just make a bunch of plain popcorn with nothing on it, no butter or anything, and I give him some. I really do. I be doing stuff for him all the time. But you kind of, when you're want to make something pretty, like if you were selling it or whatever, you got to give it a new twist. It can't be something that they can literally buy online. Like even if you want to keep some of the stuff going from the online, like I had the necklace and the cord, I just used that to braid it, and I put the yarn around it to give it a nice design. You want to give things a nice design, or people will think it looks like crap. And these are true facts, friends. They do. People literally will think it looks like utter crap. This is what they do. So I try to make ways to make it nice. And you gotta do something that makes your jewelry stand out. And I like to use a raw product that's not expensive because if you use a product that is expensive, And then you got to keep your expenses higher, and you want to at least have a profit margin. Like, let's say you paid $5 for all the material, you want to at least be making $10 to $15 more. And really, it's all the artistic stuff you put into the piece. You got to think artistic even when you're doing jewelry, because people like to see things in a nice, sleek design, and people are quite the critics when it comes to their jewelry, when it comes to their paintings. And I deal with lots of people. They put in orders, honestly. They'll say, oh, make me this, make me that. Oh, let's see, we gotta go this way. And I'm getting $20 for this necklace. So I probably paid I think I paid $6 for this, so I'm making a $14 profit. Alright, you just take that and tie it. And you just take this. I mean, the cords aren't ugly, but they're not artistic at the same time. Because people want to show off their piece. Oh, I bought this on Etsy, or I bought this from so and so. Isn't it pretty? This is what the state of the world is. Everybody wants to be pretty, and they want pretty things. They want to be surrounded by pretty things. But there we go. You got handmade goods. And I'm going to sell that for $20. Yeah, you can answer the question. I'm just doing my little inventory. I would be talking to myself, and there's probably a bunch of people over here that think I'm crazy anyways. And maybe I am. I don't know. I do live in this realm of craziness. You go on YouTube and you see some of the craziest things that go, man, maybe I'm not that crazy, because they may be just a little more crazier than me. And there's some TikTok thing where people are, God, I forgot. I think they're throwing themselves at cars or something. Something like that. I don't know. It's something stupid. And kids are going around and doing this crap. So, but yeah, Andrea. Adria or Andrea. Yeah, Andrea. Ask your question. Alright, I am going to. I had little pieces of paper in here because I have these picture frames. I'm going to show you how to do those and make them pretty. What the pretty? But yeah, I'm waiting for your question, my friend. See, I just got these little pieces of paper and I got this art thing. I just like messing with things. Alright. There we go. Like, it has oil pastels and all that. And I have so many markers and paints. It's insane how much stuff I have. I got too much going on in my life. But I call this my briefcase. You turn 51 and you go and get that as a briefcase. But yeah, I'm waiting for your question, Andrea. I'm just over here living my best life. I'm going to start making a little thing for in here. Kind of wanted to get one or two crafts out of the way, I guess. I like to make a grab bag of just different stuff. So in case my husband finds someone that will buy it. Alright. Ooh. This is kind of nice. I don't know. We'll just do it this way. No, I'm waiting for you, Andrea. I am waiting. I'm waiting for you. I guess whatever's in the frame, we're just going to take it and turn it over. And I got this here. I'm going to look for on my phone some images while I'm waiting for your question, Andrea. Because this is a how-to video also. That's why I have the crafts, because I'm showing you guys how to make crafts for Christmas. I mean, your budget might not be well. Sometimes around Christmas, I'm half broke. So, I make things. I got a whole box of things. I save certain stuff. I make certain crystal necklaces for them. Okay, I'm thinking about a mini flower. Everybody seems to like flowers. Because I like to get the format. Because I am not a professional. I'm just somebody that practiced. That's it. And if you practice, it makes perfect. Okay. Images. And you gotta make this. Sometimes if you do this off your phone, when you freehand these, and you're looking at a smaller picture, sometimes you can look through that and kind of tweak it up and stuff, and it turns out nice. I just want to find a really cool design to put on that. You don't want too much. Yeah, I'm thinking about this here. Right now. Oh my god, the glare. Glare always kills me in this damn thing. Oh, there it is. Glare's off. You look at your tiny little picture. Um, I just took the thing that was in the frame, and I got a box. Laugh out loud! I have so many boxes. I've been organizing my entire house, so I know exactly where everything's at because I'm just really tired of everything not being in place in my life. I went through this and did my whole house like this, but I got my happy main pastels in here. I save all the boxes I can. Alright. I got my stuff in here. I got soft pastels, not to that level yet, and my string. So, I'm going to go ahead and pencil this out and then paint it a little bit. And then I might get my other acrylic paints out. I don't know. I don't know. I just put my shavings of everything or whatever I got available and this stuff generally in my throwaway pile. But somebody's gonna want that necklace. Probably Deanna will really like that. And then she'll have $20, which will help my cause because I paid all my bills. And you know the old adage: pay all your damn bills, and they seem to always pile up. All right, stick that there. I use gloves for everything. Probably because I'm medical. Medical people really do like their gloves. I can't. I don't. I feel naked without them. I hate being gloveless. Oh no. I just want this main design here. I think that looks cool. But you just cultivate it. You take any hard surface like this. And this one's decal. I like to call these decal drawings. Alright. This is kind of glossy. So when you do any kind of artwork on the glossy, try to come on a little bit thicker. So yeah, I did real thick and got that right there. I'm gonna probably go over it with marker though. Decals are really easy to start with as a beginning artist. I did decals of a lot of stuff like flowers, angels. Angel decals are fun too. But I like them. And women usually love artwork, so if you can make something like this, most likely with a cute little decal, somebody will buy it, and I guarantee you they're going to put it in their living room. And you don't have to be like the best artist either. You just got to be creative in how you put together it. That's it. Just be a little creative with this. There's not a whole lot of shading involved. You're just looking at a decal. That's it. Just a little simple decal, nothing earth shaking here. You could take one simple decal and make it pretty. You really can. You can just make it look nice and stand out, just like that necklace. I braided it in with the yarn, and it stands out a little. Whatever you do, like if you have a creative, nice enough idea, people will buy it. Because a lot of people, they don't have time because they're busy in their everyday lives. And they might want a present for one of their kids or something. See, I got this. I don't know if you guys can see it. There we go. But that's kind of how the world runs. People sit there and especially working people. I work in medical, so I deal with therapists, and I've made it widely known that I do not desire to be a nurse ever. I don't mind helping out the end that I help out on, but I do not desire to be a nurse. I just feel like there's just too much going on and it's very stressful. It really is. It's very stressful. It's like this is like almost like a mini star. You're doing a leaf within a leaf, and then bringing these, rounding out these edges here, which is nice and easy. Sometimes simplicity is very enduring. Nice simplicity, some nice decals you can and put it together with a frame or something, and you put it together a nice creative way. People really like it. And these kind of things end up in people's living rooms, sometimes in their bedroom. But to me, the things in my bedroom are the things that represent kind of they represent what you do and what you do every day. We have a dead by I painted a dead light picture. Yeah. out loud. But yeah, for our bedroom because he's a streamer. See, we got that. I guess Andrea left me. So I'm gonna work on this until the hubby comes home. My one necklace and then get one of these portrait things going. Alright. Well, alright, these kind of just, I like how these connect, but I'm going to connect them in a different way here. Comes over here and just screws over like that. And then this one comes out a little bit. You want it to be a little simple but cute. People like quaint and simple for their bedrooms, bathrooms, or whatnot. And you would be surprised. Some people get real picky about their stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking sometimes when I give someone a present, I get very damn specific. But it is what it is. Alright. And then the flowers kind of hang out here. I kind of like that. So I'm going to keep that. Alright. Oh, someone sent me a Snapchat. It's a hard crowd today. Definitely a hard crowd today. So I'm going to lunch on my popcorn and work on those. I'm always, I take each day as it comes. Today was just not supposed to be my day. And that's okay. I'm okay with it not being my day. It can't be your day every day. Every day cannot be the happy pinnacle day that you have all the time. I'm gonna put a swirly thing over here. I think that looks another swirly thing is cute. And then there's a couple leaves right in here. I'm just gonna add my little leaves. And then tiny little baby flowers. Look in the background here. So you're just pretty much making miniature these here. So I got this so far. You see, there you go. I think you can. I got that, and I'm gonna do it in the marker too. And that I am. Well, I'll put this on a playlist when I never was the kind of person that I guess was the cool person in school. I really wasn't. I'll tell you, I was more okay. There's five leaves, kind of, that comes to a point, but yeah, I was always kind of the nerd girl, and I'm okay being in that moment. Sometimes I think there's a lot of pressure when you have that kind of pressure, I think that it's a lot. Okay, it's like you're doing too many flowers at once. It's like almost like making little starfish right in here, which isn't bad. Oh, here's some about school bullying. It's sad how people got to bully people in school. It was such a treasure time in my life when I was in school. But I don't know, it's turned into bad times. Alright. I had all these expensive little markers, and God, if I can find them now. I think they're up here. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to use these markers because I just don't feel like going and getting them. I simply don't. It's getting close to my husband coming, and I'm going to maybe tomorrow try for something else. I don't know. Possibly. Possibly. Alright. Try these art markers, I guess. Alright, I'm going to make this. I have this tiny Sharpie with my tiny painting. So I am going to do that. Okay, what am I? Oh, there it went. Okay, I'm done with my little thing that took me like 2 seconds of that. Alright, I'm going to leave my little art supplies out here to finish up this. Hopefully somebody comes in the stream. I don't bite getting on my hide. I'm in one of those moods. I haven't even smoked weed, so. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, since this is just a fun little decal thing. I feel if I painted this, it would kind of make it look like crap, so. I'm just thinking about just doing this in marker. It's less messy. And it's cute, and people like these little things. Because we're living troubled times, folks. Apparently, there's a spiritual warfare going on. A lot of YouTubers over here talking about it. I do be listening to them. They make a lot of sense. The one guy, he wrote a lot of books about it. And I'm glad because once I get all of this money that I'm going to begin coming into, I'm saving up money to go. Get, and all I need is 150. I'm going to start saving it from work and a little bit here and there, and then maybe I can get my book published. Sometimes it's better to try to have a goal that you absolutely can accomplish. I always try to have little goals that I absolutely can accomplish. So, because what are you going to do with your life? I mean, it is what it is. Alright, I'm going to leave it just like that. I do like the mini Sharpie. I don't lose this. You'd be surprised how many things I lose. You'd be surprised. Surprise. Alright, you could shade with a marker. Yes, you can. Well, now we are going to this is most likely going to a female, so I'm going to start the layering of the flowers with purple. Oh, it's 2 tips of the markers. I thought these were shitty markers. I guess they're not. I guess they're not horrible. And this came from my friend that passed away. R.I.P. Shirley. I make the residents a lot of paintings, I'm not going to lie. That's why sometimes when they pass away, I get given art supplies because I try to make everybody's life happy at work. I really do. These aren't bad with shading, I'll tell you that much. And you just shade this like you would a pencil. I'm just shading the sides of these leaves exactly like I would do the pencil. And then I'm just shading going this way now. Wherever you want people to look is where you want to start shading. I'm kind of glad I broke these in. Surely would have liked that. I do miss her. She lived a really troubled life. Her daughter ended up, she was special needs and she ended up dying before her. She was on dialysis a lot, my friend Shirley. And I was taking care of her for many years. And I do miss her a lot. I mean, I know I'm the last one that sees them pretty much when they're doing well, so it is what it is. Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm just here talking about life. I made a necklace. I'm selling it actually. What is it? Jupiter? Oh, okay. I work on juniper at my work. But yeah, I made this. I had an actual little cord and I took yarn and I braided it and I'm gonna sell this for 20 bucks. And I'm making this and I got a picture frame. I got this picture frame and I took the inside of the picture frame and I just doodled a little. UFC fighter, what advice do you have? Wow. Seems like a very dangerous profession. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a professional fighter, but I guess being on the medical end, I got, I see so many injuries. Just be careful about, obviously, concussion. We all know about concussions, even in the national basketball league, no, the national baseball, because people get hit by baseballs and stuff. So be careful. I would be careful, but I could do a general reading on your career and see what comes up. And we could do that. All right. You must exercise a lot. I just dog walk. You want to be a champion. You're like Rocky. I love Rocky. That movie Rocky is amazing. I don't know if Rocky's a real person. I don't think he is. But I like him anyways. Anyways, and you're this for the situation with you be on your way being a champion. Congratulations. You're 19. Wow, I'm 51, so I've been stuck around the dying and the sick for 51 years pretty much. I would took care of my mother when she was sick and everything too, so you get out more than me. Congratulations. Especially being that young with all this happening. Just don't let all the money get to your head. Because money in the end doesn't matter. But you got a full moon in Aquarius for that whole situation with the with your what the heck? Oh, the UFC. The UFC fighter. And this just pretty much just means show your show everybody the world who you are inside. This is what it means. So don't hold back. Show everybody who you got and please be a humanitarian. Oh, you're a Sagittarius? I will explain it to you. I have low volumes of people, so I have time to have a whole conversation with you in between making these arts and crafts and selling them. Full moon Aquarius just mean you're in this in the spotlight. People are watching to see who you are. People like to look in your eyes and all that crazy stuff to see who you really are. I hear this from people and I think they're half nuts, but anyways, this is how people are. And that situation is surrounded by your whole fight, the UFC fighting stuff, by a new moon in Pisces and a full moon in Leo. A new moon in Pisces just talks about meditating, contemplating, which in layman's terms, all that means is just sit down and really think about it, and or some people like to ask the universe. Whatever works for you, or just sit down and think about it and really think about how you're going to go about things. Because if you make the wrong move, it could backfire because people like to twist your words around. And especially when you're in the spotlight like that. You don't have to train too much. Oh, you're one of those kung fu chewies. My husband does martial arts and I don't meditate. I don't know. I guess I should being a tarot card reader, but I don't care to meditate. But he does. And he trains his body. He has a lot of like stringy muscle. And he knows all these different martial arts and fighting and everything, but he enjoys this stuff. I'm the person that doesn't want any part of that kind of stuff in our household, but just sit down and think about how you want to approach the situation. This is the advice. I'm doing your whole energy reading about your fighting situation here. I know it's confusing. I do energy readings. I believe in energy. Oh, you're welcome. I'm still explaining the energy that came through. I died 3 times. I flatlined in my life, and when you die, you don't unsee the other side. Once you're dead, it's always there, and it's always there. And you know with in death what you see, what everything. Oh, of course, I seen my mom. But she took me through the abyss. We had fun. We went to a bar. I was drinking. Oh, you're a Muslim? I talked to my mother for so long and I didn't want to come back. I was enjoying my time. I think I didn't go to a bad place. I've seen a lot of spooky things. You just became Muslim. I have no official religion. I just answer in to the vibrations of the universe. And that's it. I feel that I was raised Catholic, and I feel if you assign yourself to one religion, you don't see the whole outlook of all of them. Because I believe in reincarnation. There's a lot of Hinduism and Buddhism that I believe in. I think so. I think there's nothing wrong with the Muslim religion. There's nothing wrong with Catholics, but everybody has the same answer in different ways. It's how you translate the message. That's why I do a lot of crystal work. Crystals translate information to you. So Cleopatra did it back in the day. Queen Cleopatra. She knew how to work her way around crystals. The Egyptians were very famous for this. They said they harnessed electricity. So I love the crystals. But finishing your reading here, you got a full moon in Leo surrounding your energy too with this meditating, contemplating stuff. And that just means that you're going to have to every once in a while settle for something less at times. And then don't let pride hold you back from evolving into what it needs to be. Because honestly, when you're doing things like martial arts and all that, you're harnessing energy. If you think about it, it's very scientific. I say that religion is very scientific. Everybody says I'm crazy, but it is. You look at a black hole, it harnesses energy and it creates different vibrations, and you give off different vibrations, which is very scientific. It's the laws of physics and motion. When you pray, it doesn't matter what religion you pray at, when you're praying, the thing is you're harnessing your thoughts and you're harnessing energy towards a goal of something you want to happen. And that's all it is. If you think about it in its whole, don't sit there and get involved in Jesus, Moses, and Allah and this. The supreme God, it's all the same. It really is. The supreme God is what it is. And he's really nothing to fuck with, because when you die, the grand finale is right there. And that grand finale is pretty epic. Pretty epic. It's like, I don't know if you ever did. I know some cultures do the psychedelic mushrooms for like a spiritual experience. But when you die, your brain, see, this is the medical when you speak in. Your brain essentially gives out the stuff that you're tripping. Everything that the like you would have with the mushrooms and psychedelic trip is the chemicals your body gives out when it dies. So, well, yeah, me too. Well, not a lot of the psychedelics, but the smoke of weed, yeah. So, but yeah, it's like the biggest trip of your life. That's why you got to stay humble, because if you did anything when you die to physically maliciously hurt somebody, you find about it. The energy returns to you in death. It sure does. I'm shading, like doing different shades of this. And this is why I try not to offend anybody. So when you do get your little fighting with the UFC and stuff, just stay humble and don't upset the universe, because if you get too cocky, the universe, I don't care how devout of a Muslim and stuff you are, it will fight back. This is what the universe does. The universe gets crazy like that at times. And people suffer because they want to be greedy. People don't like greed, and the other world does not like greed. The one like God. I, unfortunately, I don't even like punching people in the face for real. I don't see why you would. Sometimes you have to. I mean, some people they could just be shitheads. What are you gonna do? Things like self defense and all that, the like God doesn't care about. But if you did something so horrific that you really upset like a balance, you got to answer to it. And that's the thing. Angel, would you stop? I'm sorry, my cats. I literally have rescue cats. I can't. I can't leave the little critters outside. This is why I have a whole channel over here. So you were in rehab 5 times last year. Wow, that's a lot. All right, Angel, stop it. All right. When I was doing drugs and stuff, my father had a stroke, but now he is okay due to the mercy. Well, see, You know what? The world needs fighters. It absolutely needs fighters, friend. Believe me. If the God out there did not want you to have, did not want to have fighters, they wouldn't create things like this. Somebody has to fight for the innocent. As long as you're on the right side, you're Gucci. So, all right, Angel, out. I didn't need her to bring my little water squirter. These guys drive me nuts. But bear with me here. I'm gonna shade in these little leaves. But yeah, you're fine. When God needs, He needs His people. Those angels they have, or just the light entities that work for heaven, they're pretty badass. They're pretty epic. I've seen them too. They're just these huge things of bright energy that had angelic swords, and they were pretty cool. I really liked them. I mean, the dark things, I'm not afraid of dark things. I'm not afraid of anything. The dark things were more annoying than anything. They really were. My mom diagnosed for, but I believe that she might be in the insane. Well, I mean, I can try to see if your mother's around you and her energy. I do see dead people. I'm like the fifth element. I like to make that joke, but I for real do see dead people. Once you die, you get enlightened because you never really fully leave the realm when the medical community decides they're bringing you back to life no matter what. So, but I could see and maybe try to pick up on some vibrations with your mom. I do got enough little crystals over here. I can do that kind of stuff. I like shading. See how the shading is making it nice. I just like to make little presents. This is what I do. People seem to like them. Alright, let me get my crystal thing. I know I got a little pendant and I got one on me, but I have ones that. Oh, yes! Death taught me that when you're given things in this life of any sort, you use it towards humanitarian acts. If you do not use it towards humanitarian acts, it's, I don't want to say it's actual hell like everybody. This is a cute crystal. Like everybody talks about. It's more like what you gave, you get back. You get what you give. So, and your purpose, if you're a fighter, is to help out innocent. And whenever you see any kind of innocent activity that's being harnessed in a bad way, Angel, I swear to God, you're going in your bedroom. Anyways, this is a really nice crystal. I think I'm keeping this for myself. Let me put in the cards and see if I can pick up your mom. Usually, the dead people will come to me and talk to me and stuff, but to summon somebody, a dead person that I don't know, is sometimes a little harder. It's not, all these things on TV are false when they talk about you can get anybody. But yeah, your purpose is to fulfill helping out humanity because there's a imbalance between good and negative. Between positive and negative, there's more negative than positive. So death keeps people alive that do positive things because, and generally, the first people to die are the negative ones. If you think about it, if you become a murderer and you did, I don't know, did some horrible things to children and animals, usually you're the first one to die because death isn't going to save anybody that's negative because there's already such a horrible imbalance with it, and it's a horrible imbalance. I will tell you that. I seen it. It's like to me, I think it took the images from my head, and I seen a lake. And when I looked into the lake, I seen reflections of people and good acts and bad acts. So, oh, well, you know what? I have done that before. Me and this guy used to call me his work wife. He didn't have sex or anything. I don't really like to have a lot of sex, anyways. I'm in my second marriage, but I'm just not that kind of person. But I did a lot of horrible stuff to him when I was younger. So, in my 20s, and I apologized to this guy. And I was rude, and sometimes you don't have to. It's just the act that so you accepted that you did something bad and you feel bad about it. It's enough for redemption, and redemption just returns you to the bigger whole of pretty much trying to be a good humanitarian. This is why I have this channel. It has nothing to do about being rich and famous. I really don't care if I am or if I'm not. I really don't. All I care about is kind of just trying to, whatever I do, try to make one person a little bit nicer, to help that dog that's being starved and chained, or that person that may go hungry, or because somebody did one thing they get a chain reaction and maybe a whole family's homeless. And this happens. This is true facts. This is true facts. All right. Let's see here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. All right. Now we're gonna go to the eighth card. I like eight because if you put eight sideways, it's infinity, and we are a part of infinity. We really are. All right. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and eight. Oh, let's see what your mama has to say. All right. We got a full moon in Cancer on this. This talks about personal issues. And the energy she is projecting, she's all about your guys' family. She lurks. Well, a lot of dead people lurk. That's what they do. We die, we're bored. You know, you can't go and turn on YouTube if you're dead, so you watch the living. This is this is life. But she's pretty much saying there's a personal issue in your family. There's somebody that doesn't think you're an overall good person. And I'm feeling it's not, I feel like it's almost like an uncle or some type of thing. And it's kind of like, and It's like they talk in like secret and all that. So, and your mom wants you to be happy. Every mom wants their children to be happy. Or stepmother. Okay, could be that. But there's a personal issue that she wants you to resolve. But it's between a man. And I'm just, it's not blood ties. It is, but it isn't. That's what I'm picking up with it. Maybe try to reestablish your family situation. I'm feeling, or just maybe just try to apologize maybe to your family. Try to make better where you kind of went wrong. And it's really easy. As long as you say something with full intention and you mean it, it counts. You do not have to go to church. You don't have to go to a temple. If you want to, you can. I mean, there's nothing wrong going to church. It's kind of cool. I mean, I was raised Roman Catholic. As scary as that is, pretty much the one religion that dictates them all. They have Vatican City in Rome, and they control the whole world. Laugh out loud, but yeah, they she wants you to pretty much settle things with somebody with it's a man. So it could be stepmother, but it has to do with the man too. And it's easy. Maybe just come over with a bottle of wine, or if since you're in rehab and all that, bring some Pepsi or Coke or whatever. Then yeah, you don't need to go back in remission. I got downloads about how you can get a little bit rowdy. Your mom's worried about you being rowdy and having too much fun and getting with the wrong girl. And my son's going through this, and he's getting full custody of his son and stuff. So I'm just saying, be very careful, and your mom's worried. So pretty flowers. So see, when you do things like this, you gotta have pretty flowers. You think it's your father? It could be. I mean, when energy is relayed to me like that, I get confused. I mean, I'm not a part of your family, so I don't know the whole dynamics. I just get little downloads. It's some kind of person that she's upset about that wasn't nice to you before, and he didn't really give you a chance when he should have. Being a little bit of a shithead kind of thing. I'm shading it with this little flower, of course. Okay, good. It's lavender. But sometimes these issues, as long as you go in with full intention, and if there's argument starts, you just leave. The universe isn't trying to make your day bad. Everybody deserves redemption, and you can reverse positive, negative to positive. It's very easy. You just got to have full intentions and actually regret doing the negative. No one's saying like with your ex you got to get back with them. You just have to acknowledge to your dad or whoever when you come across them and they hit your path that you're truly sorry, but no one's expecting you to stay your entire life with them at the same time. So don't get that message conflicted, I guess I'm saying. They could be very conflicted, and some people think they have to be with that person. If the universe wants you to be with somebody, you will be with somebody. If the universe does not want you to be with somebody, they will do everything in their power to break you up, including reduce you to nothing. There has been instances in the universe where they have made people homeless and lose millions of dollars not learning their lesson. So whatever you do, do not listen to the universe. Don't try to make your own damn plan, because making your own plan doesn't do anybody any good. I will tell you that. Oh well. I guess you paid your dues to the, I like to call it the black hole in the sky. And I believe that the energy comes from the Milky Way that we call God. And in this Milky Way, there's, if you think about it, all the, like, there's this huge, gigantic black hole. I have an ongoing theory about this. And this gigantic black hole just kind of, it controls all the other black holes and controls all the, it creates wormholes because cold fusion is possible at this point. Okay, yes, I know Daddy's home. But cold fusion is possible at this point when you have enough energy swirling around. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm over here doing energy reading, talk to dead people. So you know what? I guess I'm in the club. All right, I'm rubbing this pastel in here so it doesn't look like crap. But I I do so humbly swear that I believe that that's where God exists, and I believe it. He speaks to us and relates to us in the way that we see him. Like, I seen a bar in my mom. Did I really see a bar in my mom? I don't know when I died. It may have been the Milky Way. But then I talked to another spiritualist friend of mine, and he told me that God is everything. So it's a very confusing subject. I listen to a lot of live streamers over here. Now these are chalk pastels, and they make anything look vintage and nice. And this is a nice thing to do, to think of your many thoughts. You know, if you really got to think about things, little arts and crafts help. See how vintage looking that's getting. And I'm just putting this in the background here. But that's what these are my thoughts of God. I just believe he's chilling in the Milky Way, controlling everything. Because if you think, it's a central axis point in the whole universe, it really is. The Milky Way is just there. It's just one big access point, and it's accessing all the different planets. And you know what? Maybe in another universe, obviously they're going to communicate, and most advanced species do telepathy now. So there's animals that could speak through thoughts. So they probably really get to see the big man in the sky, even at a more abstract view that we do. Saying, oh my God. Then I'm gonna put that. But that's what I think of the God. And honestly, I don't judge. I mean, whatever he is, he doesn't bother. He doesn't like anybody that hurts animals. I know that. If you hurt animals or the innocent, he's not your friend. Not at all. I'm gonna put some black pastels in here. Oh, I'm glad I'm helping you. Most people think I'm psychotic and crazy because I feel the energy in the Milky Way all the time, and I'm very neutral, and I don't like hurting people, and I have a nice strive for peace every single day. That's why I give people artwork, because I try to make happy paintings to make people happy. When you give someone a crystal, or make them a pretty flower, and make it nice and put it on and on the paper and pastel it out or whatever, and they put in their living room, it's that one thing they cling to, and the energy from that field creates a temporary wormhole. And when I say temporary, our minds are very active and they send signals to space. Our brains are supposed to be very advanced. It was supposed to be in the Stone Age. There was, I forgot, there was like an element that came from space and got in the water. And I forgot the exact chemical that's in the brain, but and when this exact chemical got in there and interfered with our brain, it just made us smarter. It was like even in Neanderthal time, it was there, and that's why we advanced so much. I mean, the T Rex dominated everything, and all the big giant snakes and everything. But once we got that extra chromosome, and they're having babies. One generation's dying off, another generation's coming up. Eventually, we found a way to kill them and survive, and it made us very smart. And we just kept getting smarter and smarter because we were getting different chemicals. There was different asteroids hitting Earth, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if eventually we could do telepathy one day, because that's where we're heading towards. I like to just put a lot of random nice colors. I was lucky at work. The the group that died the last couple months, the one of them was famous artists, and they showed me how to do professional pastel work and professional painting and sketching. And I always honor the dead, so they like this kind of stuff. They like when I do what they taught me. So I honor Sharon today by making this beautiful painting, because my friend, that I am glad I'm helping you. I thought today would be a dead zone, because that's what the sky wants me to do. See, I had that rough looking painting, and now look at it, a decal. And this is literally from, I got, this is Master Pastels. It's the hard pastels. They have soft ones, which is here. The soft ones are good, but these chalky ones, you put them on the here, and then you go in circles. You rub the pastel in circles, and literally, if you could draw a decal and do this, it brings it out. Now, these are good. I got basic pastels here, but they're soft. They don't blend as well as these. So, what do I do with? Oh, here it is. Never mind. Now I'm going to put it in the picture frame. And literally, this was a picture frame somebody was going to throw away. And I found a decal of a flower. And when I do these things, I usually give them away for a present, or I sell them. But you can put your own energy into this stuff also. And it's very sentimental, and it means a lot to people. And I know this because I deal with a lot of people. I deal with people that are dying. I deal with people that aren't dying. I deal with crazy family members. I deal with it all. I really do. It's too much sometimes. Alright. Alright, is this the way it goes in? Okay. I don't know. It kind of looks good like that. Looks like it's coming down. I guess it could be okay like this too. I can get this date. It came out nice. I don't know why it's having given me problems. But if any of this makes sense to you, they always say, at this live streamer I listened to that were the chosen ones. The chosen ones choose to believe hidden knowledge and give it a chance and are more awakened to the energy. This is what they say. And they say this on YouTube, this guy that wrote all these books. But see? That shitty little sketch with some pastel and shading work got that. This is why I tell you guys you can't downplay these. I've had these for nearly 2 years, and I probably have another couple of years worth of these, and I didn't pay a lot of money. I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks. You really can't beat that deal. And I keep it in there, and I pack it away in boxes and stuff so I don't have to worry because I'm not losing my stuff. Yeah, you can have a reading, Jessica. And then I did this crystal work. I did my purple crystal for my friend that wants to buy this from me. I'm selling this for 20 bucks, like I said earlier. And then this, I might sell this too. And it's very easy. Children could do it. Anything that you put together with a pastel for some reason turns out very pretty. I don't know why. And if in shade, make sure when you do it, and if you just do a little decal sketch. Sharon told me before she died, because she was a very famous sketch artist that did pastels, and people pay 500 to 1,000 just for a small sketch with her, and she'd make it look just like the picture. But go in circles. That's how you make clouds, and it gives it more of a luminous look too. So, and you know what? I'm not out to literally try to say, I'm not giving away my secrets. I am giving away my secrets because I want all you guys to be good artists. I want every single one of you guys to sit there and tell your kids, you know what? Let's do this. And it's addictive. It is. Oh my God, is it addictive? So, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, well, Jessica, but you're questioning. I mean, there's different pathways. There's always more than one option, because when I was dead, there's a lot of wormholes and ley lines. See, I'm taking this and putting this little bag for my person that wants to buy this. But anyways, when with me talking to you in one reality, I mean, this is over on YouTube. I'm not even. I would just go. There's alternate realities. It's like there's slight differences. Like maybe in one reality, I was painting and sketching in another, or I was doing a full out painting in one reality and I made a picture frame in this one. So I will do the reading, but there's not just one pathway. You have options. There's always different pathways you can choose, and then we die off and we start again and start again and start again. That's what happens in life. But let's get this reading with her. Let me get Jessica done here. You want a reading about your friendship with Anne? Oh boy. I feel there's trouble in this friendship, Anne. With Anne, Jessica. Let me see here. I'm not trying to do the little pointy thing all the time. You never are supposed to really ask the dead unless it's important. They're very specific, and they don't like to. They have specific things that they do also. When we die, we have little things we do when we die too. That's why I say be careful and try to keep the balance of energy in your life, even if someone else isn't, because they pay for their imbalance. If you always try to keep a balance, you're good. You're completely okay. But let me get you done, Miss Jessica. All right, your friendship with Anne is in a full moon in Leo, and this talks about pride and letting pride kind of rule you, like a negative aura around type thing. Pride, like you don't want to step down, you don't want to have less money, you don't want to admit that you like someone that's less, you feel that's a lesser station than you type thing. That's what this kind of card is. And we all go through it. I mean, I never went through it. I like to be equal to everybody, but not everyone's like that. And then you also have a full moon in Aquarius following you and Anne's friendship, and a new moon in Pisces. Full moon Aquarius just talks about showing the real person inside. I feel Anne's hiding something. Like she doesn't want, she's not being completely truthful with everything. And then that whole situation got a Newman in Pisces, and this just talks about thinking over things, meditating, pretty much thinking over things, things of that nature. I don't see it being malicious, but she is hiding something from you. I do feel it, but it's just something really kind of stupid. It's something she doesn't want to admit to. But it's nothing that's life threatening that's going to make you not want to be her friend no more. So, oh, Marwa. Okay, I haven't seen you for a while. Well, I get married this year. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just something where she did something in high school, Jessa. I mean, oh, thank you. I cut my hair and I'm not a good hairstylist. Not at all. And my friend told me that clips will be my new best friend. So this is my clip job. Oh, well, thank you. It's finally growing. I've taken all this glucosamine and fish oil, which I do promote, and that lion's mane and probiotics. I take it 3 times a day, and it's growing faster. And it's keeping me really, really healthy after stupid minor surgeries over toenails. And it was awful. So be careful what shoes you wear, and even if you do that, you could still have problems with your toenails going inside your skin and hooking under. And if this happens, you grow your hair to your waist. Wow. You use rosemary water and oil. Maybe I'll try that. I messed my hair up. I kept dyeing it. I was every color of the rainbow. I was rainbow sprite. I thought I really was. I was thinking about painting rainbow sprite here. So I will try rosemary and rose water. Oh, well, thank you. You don't have to be sorry for sending me healing. All I know is the universe one day. I had a toenail and it's called a cone shaped toenail. You were bold. Oh, you got depressed? Me too. That's why I do artwork. I do artwork all the time because my ass is depressed and I have depression, and no matter what happens, I get depressed about it. When Robin Williams committed suicide because he had depression. This is why I promote artwork. It's an outlet, and when you get in that mood where sometimes you just don't want to live, The thing is if you do any kind of activity, like if you want to make bracelets, whatever, necklaces, like I do necklaces and sketches and stuff, it it gets you out of the funk. And you need to get out of the funk because if you when you're depression you go too dark and too deep, death always becomes a happy option. Oh, see, I don't take pills. My pills is artwork. My that's my drug, art. I don't take one pill. If I get and I do sometimes have suicidal thoughts for no damn reason in my head. I could be sitting on $1 million and have suicidal thoughts. This is true depression, but I'm not taking any pills. I don't take any blockers. I choose not to. I take I use crystals, I use positive energy, and I use art. And that's it. So, but I'm going to use this rosemary and oil. I've been using hemp oil in my hair. The massage oil for that has hemp in it, and I rub it in my hair. I have been doing that. And I don't use conditioner. I use like a little bit of, I know it sounds crazy, but Dawn soap. Oh, you're sober now? Well, that's good. I mean, that alcohol could get expensive. But I guess fentanyl is the next big thing out there, and it's killing a lot of people and tearing apart people's lives. So, and it's supposed to be worse than anything. If the cops are afraid to even touch it because they can get like real sick, even if it gets in their skin transdermal. It's supposed to be some crazy stuff. So, I'm just saying, it's a crazy world we live in, and I'm glad. You took sleeping pills and antidepressant. I heard some antidepressants are not good, and they can, when they're mixed with certain things, could, like alcohol, anything that's a downer. If you are on your antidepressants being sober, I will tell you from the medical standpoint, don't consume wine. Like if you're on a romantic evening and you want a glass of wine, be careful about how much wine you take when you're taking those pills because it could have the opposite effect. This is the thing about pills that no one understands. The doctor says you don't drink or smoke good. I mean, right, in my country, everybody's on some kind of damn pill, and then they go, "Oh, I'm going to go out drinking." Is it okay? You're on lithium and this and that, and you're going out drinking and doing that, and smoking weed you could take with any kind of depression pill and be fine. It does not affect your anything. It actually just makes you happier. So that's fine, but I don't know. Some people here in America are real. They're on so many damn drugs, and then they're on these different pills for this and that, and then and it's blocking things and it messes up, and then it's introducing different chemicals, and I don't know. I feel people are misguided sometimes, so I don't know. That's just me, but that's kind of where I'm at. But I use my arts and crafts, and I feel that I try to promote it for kids. I do. I feel I mean, I guess here blab about how horrible it is to be mean to animals. Anybody that's a halfway decent person knows that to torture a dog or a cat or just an animal or a person in general is wrong. And it's beyond words. Nobody should have to say anything. It's all over social media. But, Angel, would you stop? Angel, stop. Siamese cats, folks. Siamese cats, they are so vocal. They just don't stop. They don't. But I don't think people realize that you can divert a lot of things. Honestly, just with doing things that makes you happy. So, and I promote any artwork, and you know what? Being here on YouTube, you can literally find so many things. My ex-husband, our brakes went out in the car, and he had to fix them. He went on YouTube, and there was a mechanic guy he was a live streamer, but he had like all these videos with him fixing his brakes and how to do it step by step, and that's how we got our brakes fixed. So yeah, but I'm gonna get going because I've been over here for an hour and 36 minutes, and I'm probably, when I get home at 7, gonna chill out to some kind of arts and crafts, most likely. So, and I'll be on tomorrow chilling out with my arts and crafts. I don't know, probably it might be another braided necklace because people are putting these orders and wanting to pay $20 for my little necklaces. I do like this crystal. I really like it. You can really, it feels like there's a ton of energy on this one. I think I'm going to keep it. I don't think I'm selling this baby. I'd be excited. Sometimes I don't want to. Yeah, you can get her a reading before I go take my marijuana break. I'd be liking my weed. I probably shouldn't like it that much, but I don't take any other pills or, well, besides the fish oil and this and that, which I heard it's not a big deal to take these things because they're like supplements. So, but yeah, I can give you a read. I do enjoy. It's my only way of helping out with the universe. It really is. You want to love reading. Like, will I get married? Oh, look at you. I'm just teasing you. Everybody wants to, men these days really want to get married. I did not want to get married in my life. Honestly, marriage is nice and all, but not horrible looking. It's kind of nice. I might move the cross out. Or I don't know, maybe it'll look good with the cross. Who knows? But yeah, but I was never in a hurry to get married. The first marriage, it kind of went bad. So I mean, we were married 12 years, but sometimes things fade out. Then I'm on the second one now, and I tell you, it's hard to get divorced once you're married. All right, let's see what your reading is, Marwa, for your marriage. Oh, well, you got a Cancer one too. All right, your whole marriage reading is in a full moon in Cancer, and this talks about personal issues, reaching some kind of point where they just have resolution. So that's the center and the main part of the main energy, and the energy surrounding in your whole marriage situation and about getting married is a fixed moon and a new moon. A fixed moon just talks about holding having faith in what you envision, manifesting, or having faith, however you want to phrase it. It's kind of all the same in one thing. You're not dating anybody? Oh, yes. I have a 31-year-old and I have a 21-year-old. And boys have more drama than girls. So I get it. I understand. I yesterday, instead of streaming, oh, well, thank you. I'm 51. My younger one, oh, you're 23. Okay. Well, you're around my youngest age. And he wants to get a girlfriend eventually, and I told him that this other girl did him wrong and he's gonna full custody of his kid and this and that. And I'm babysitting, so I'm going to be blogging with my grandson Lance. I told my older son Zach that, oh, but I told him I'm a blogger, and he said that's fine, Mom. I'm gonna be down in the park with the stroller and Chong, and we're just gonna be living up down the park now that my feet are all fixed from the doctors. Because I do work this weekend, but I bought these shoes I like. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of Lance, and I'm gonna get Chong the dog T-shirts for Lance and Chong. Because everybody, I love putting regular clothes on my dog. I'm weird like that. Oh, you want to be a mom so bad. Oh, well, I don't know. The universe gives it when it wants it, and honestly, sometimes my being a mom is not easy because no matter what, when you have a boy, and they always come back, always. And you get in the middle of all their conflict when they pick a shitty girlfriend or wife, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of all of the drama. Sometime this week, she's coming over because she's doing a health check on me. Laugh out loud. Because I had almost went septic because I had in my gums they had to do they sliced my gums up a little and they gave me like a lot of injections. Oh, cute problems. But yeah, the because I had to go and get this certain surgeon to take all the infection out of my gums so it didn't go to my heart. So his ex girlfriend's coming over to do a health check. I said, I told Zach, my son, oh yes, I have those. Yeah, my oldest son, my 31, is married, and his wife is pregnant. So, and he's having a boy. So that'll be that'll be number two grandson. I don't know if Brandon will let me blog with Owen, but Zach told me I could do whatever I want down the park with Lance. So they'll be walking, Chong and him be walking around with Chong the dog T-shirts. Because what else am I supposed to do? Oh, I guess the universe does want me to. They want me to be home more. That's why I only work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And honestly, work since I'm not there a week, I get easy assignments because I'm a STNA. I'm a state tested nursing assistant, and I'm saving up money to get my book done. The husband pays the bills, and I'll be the official babysitter. Maybe one day I'll be blogging with Owen and with Lance. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a ball chalk the dog t-shirts. And then my son says it's a hobby. I go, it is a hobby. I like being over here. I like talking to people, and I like sharing different ideas with artwork. I love it. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I get my health check from the ex-girlfriend, so laugh out loud. I told Zach, I go, I'm sure if the surgeon said I didn't go septic and everything's done and they took all that. Oh, well, thank you. Whatever money I honestly get to funnel this is going to be try to do something to help humanity. I actually don't even want it to be rich. I don't even care about money. I would like to try to do stuff to maybe try to help people. Maybe try to set up I don't know. I like to promote humanity through my videos every day. I like to try to help people that have depression not kill themselves, and I try to give people options. Because I'm suicidal myself. That's why my dog is specially trained for me. So I got a service dog. And I get it. I get how depressed people can be and how deep depression can be because I have it. Robin Williams had it. There's other people that had it. I think the guy from Lincoln Park that killed himself, that real famous singer, had it. Oh, you understand my pain? Well, that's why, God had just put people on my path to help me, really. If you think about it, the light God came down and I met Sharon, took care of her till she died. She taught me how to do pastel work. And then I took care of another guy, been till like he was. I committed. Oh, okay. Well, I never was actually in a place. I worked for a medical place, but the patients there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I always just work on that end. I get help, but I don't have to actually go in the place to get the help. I've been at my job for over 10 years. Your your arms overdose? Oh, geez. Yeah, these drugs that are coming out are crazy. I mean, crazy. I mean, please don't. If you go to anyone, I know they have all these commercials about fentanyl and stuff because they grew up alone and abused, but the pills save me. Yes, that's the problem with this world, Marwa, is everybody's growing up alone and abused and neglected or something, which is a form of abuse. And I feel that, well, I'm glad you're good, but I just feel bad for all the little kids coming up. And I got to deal with that. And maybe I can get Chong the Dog Help Center, get some of these Narcans where they're always there and you just come pick up a Narcan. And if you see a dog or a person in trouble, you bring them in and maybe like having volunteers there to try to direct you to the right source. I'm thinking of that instead of just a dog shelter, just have where it's like just a help center. I think a help center would be way more efficient and cheaper. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, my parents were married and so my mother passed away. And my dad passed away not too long ago and left me a lot of money in a house. So I was very sad because I love my parents. And my dad was a Vietnam vet, so and he was a very nice person, and My son wants me to sell the house, and I said he put all his energy into that house. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to live in it. Thank you very much. He was a war hero. And he would want me to help the world that he defended the country. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I think in his memory, I just kind of want to try to help people and help people with depression because he suffered from depression too. And, maybe pair him up with animals, veterans for animals. Help these veterans that are homeless. Veterans, I mean, here in America, I don't live in another country, I just live here, but they get treated like crap. They're and they go to drugs because they're on the streets. The government kind of didn't do anything for them, and they got to fight for everything they have, especially if you were in the Vietnam War, because they don't call it a war, they call it a conflict, so they don't have to pay you for all your benefits, which is sad. Like World War II ones here. Oh, that's the same there. I just feel sad that you go in and I mean, they're, oh, North Africa. I don't know why that got restricted. But yeah, I want to just over here try to get some help centers. Maybe you could try to do some help centers over there in North Africa. Oh, you live in North Africa. Okay. I heard there's one side. You hear a lot of things in America, but they said there's one side where there's like a lot of Caucasian population and one side that's not. I always heard that growing up. So, but I don't know for sure. I mean, social media is different in other places. I think YouTube's one of the basic things. Oh, you're from the white side. There is a white side that I heard there was, but you just never know. Okay, well, I know that I heard one side had more Caucasian and one side had more dark skin. I don't know if that's true. I know there's white people in Africa. I do know that. And I've heard that, and I've heard that Africa, the economy is not that bad. Oh, okay. I mean, it is. I mean, America, honestly, there's a mixture of people everywhere. And to be pure Caucasian is kind of, I don't know, an anomaly because everybody's so mixed now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like that in America, 30% white, because even if somebody looks totally Caucasian, that doesn't mean they are. Because you could be Puerto Rican. What are you doing? Get fighting with her damn sister. But yeah, I heard that. I heard honestly when you the I have Puerto Rican friends that are light skinned Puerto Ricans and they look Caucasian. So this does happen. So, but definitely, I'm probably after work. I'll be working 12-hour shifts, so after I take Chong out for his walk, I'm probably gonna come over here and do more artwork because I do like to talk to people, and I like to do my artwork all at the same time, and I like to do these readings. So, and I'm always here. I don't Facebook. I can't get in. I got hacked, and Google says it's not a good idea to be there. And then I got a new bank card and all kinds of stuff. So, I don't know. I'm not worried about the Facebook and Instagram thing anymore. I'm just kind of done with it. I just do over here now. I find it much easier and better. And I know that I have Google Photos, so when I do my blogs and stuff, it all transfers very good. And then I have Microsoft, and I do a lot with their VPNs and stuff. So, and they give me a lot of protection. You just got to pay for it monthly. Oh, well, thank you. But yeah, I like talking to people from a lot of different walks of life. I feel it's better and makes you a more well-rounded person. But yeah, if you, I would honestly, I recommend Microsoft apps. I don't know if they have them in. I think Microsoft's all around the world, honestly. So, oh, I did the reading, didn't I? Ow, I'll do it again. Let me get there, and then I'm gonna have my weed. The husband got home. I don't smoke until he gets home. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm still doing readings. I don't know. I must be popular today. You guys must like the shorts. I do like making videos. I started out on Facebook as a digital creator. I love doing videos. Love it. It is my favorite thing. It never was so much live streaming. So let me do a marriage reading for Marwa, and then I'll do yours, Danella. But yeah, I love doing and messing around programming, but I never like to go live streaming. Never. It took an act of God for Facebook to introduce me to that, and then I got hacked. So, and here, look at me now, laugh out loud. But I'll do yours and Marwa's, and then I'm going to go and try to eat something because I got to be up early in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. So that's very early. A little bit too early for my taste. All right. All right, Marwa, your marriage reading is in a third quarter moon. All the energy is in it. And then it talks about adjustments. So, and there are adjustments being required for that's the central energy, and it's surrounded by a mutual moon or mutable moon and full moon in Scorpio. And a mutable moon just talks about nothing being set. You can make your own future, kind of like Back to the Future, that movie. And then the full moon in Scorpio just talks about negative energy being released and stuff like that, like bad thoughts or whatever. I feel that your energy is not in a spot where it's going to happen. You have to move things around and stuff and do different things in your life. Maybe just go to an event, an outing, or anything else, or something like that. Sometimes that does the trick. I don't see that happening this year, my friend. I don't. I maybe see you finding somebody, but I don't see marriage like right away. I don't see that at all. And really, it's not something you want to run into just to run into it. It's not really good to be married like 8 times. My grandmother was married 6 times, but they say the first and second time is for love and the rest is for money. So, but no, I do not see you getting married this year. I'm sorry, but Maybe the universe has a master plan for you. Maybe something is going to happen, and it'll lead up to it, because eventually you will get married. I promise you. All right, Danella. I'll wait for your question here, and then I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, you're welcome. I do this stuff free all the time. You got to do something that is original on YouTube. These are rules for live streamers. I live stream how you can make really cheap arts and supplies for presents or for sale or for anything of the sort like that. Because some people do sell arts and crafts, so I try to give you guys insight. I don't see engagement either. I just maybe see somebody that might go out to eat with you or something. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't be trying to have, I don't know, try not to have too much promiscuous sex because there's that herpes going around. And AIDS and all the different STDs. So you got to be careful with that too. And a lot of times people don't have, you can't notice because they have pills for that. Yeah, my husband actually said there's a couple people that like some of my art. I'm thinking about, I would sell it online, but it's so hard and you got to worry about taxes and this and that, and it's a pain in the ass. So some of our neighbors, I made this elephant outside. I think I posted it, waiting for the cable guy, and they thought I bought it somewhere, and I was like, no, I did not. I made it. This is what I do to let out my stress and my anxiety, so I don't be doing depressed, crazy things like trying to kill myself and things and just crying all day. Art, it brings me out. This I'm not sure about. I'm really not sure about this thing so much. I gotta go in this way where it's down, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if that's sellable. Some of my stuff is sellable, like some of my Winnie the Poohs that look really lifelike and stuff, but this would be a cute little present. But then, I don't know, some people like this kind of artwork. I mean, it has the pastel and stuff with it. Someone might like it. And I did braid my rope. I don't know if you were in here. But yeah, put your question in, Danila, before I go and smoke my weed. I made this here, and in this episode, I showed you how to braid it, and it had a cord, just a regular black cord. And I took yarn, and it's a purple crystal, and I'm selling it for $20. So you can't beat this. And then I just have this little tiny plastic bag and putting it in there. And it looks pretty professional. And I don't mind sharing secrets because I feel like everybody needs something in life and needs people to show them different ideas, because I'm gonna, my brother is going out of town again, so I'm gonna be ordering more Lyft, and I sell a couple of necklaces. I got 60 to $80, and it didn't even cost me that much to buy. You want a love reading for June? I can do that for you. But yeah, this is exactly what I'm gonna give her, and she's gonna give me $20. And this day and age, there's nothing wrong with it. People go around and go do babysitting. Preach. It's nice to learn from people around the world. Hey, you know what? We're all in the same circle. If you're living, we're all together and we're supposed to be copacetic. So, and this is, I think, one of my little life missions is try to bring as much peace as I can. And I get an energetic reading. It's energy. Silly. You might even make Valley Beacon. Maybe. I don't know. When I finally get enough money saved up and get my book published, I'd be happy if people just read my book, honestly, because they're reading all these other people's books over here, and these people are making millions of dollars. I can have a lot of help centers. That's all I know. At least a couple, and maybe inspire other people to make little help centers, and I'd be happy. That would make me happy, but we'll see where life takes me. If not, hopefully my videos inspire people to be happy. All right, your love reading is in a third quarter moon also. And this just talks about adjustments being required. So, and that's not bad. I mean, love, they say, takes time and patience. So maybe it has to be the right setup for the right person. Sometimes the universe does that. They want you to meet somebody and they might be married. They might be getting divorced soon before they pair you up with whoever. That's how they work sometimes. And you're surrounded by this third quarter moon. The energy around it is in a full moon in Scorpio and a full moon Aquarius. Scorpio just talks about negative energy, and it doesn't, negative could be self-doubt or things like that. It doesn't always have to be doom and gloom. It just talks about putting, having a lower self-esteem is negative also. So that in mystical terms it's like that. And then you got the full moon Aquarius, which means that you should focus on letting your inside come out. Don't hold back. Just let your inside come out and show it to people. And I believe that will be the point where you meet somebody. That's a possibility. But don't be in a rush. It's going to happen. And before you know it, you're going to miss your single days. All right. Did I do the right thing by apologizing to my ex? Of course you did. You should always apologize to clear the energy. Once you apologize and admit to a wrong, you're good. If you meant it and you cleared the energy. So, of course, apologizing and meaning it is the same thing as forgiving. I mean, it literally is. It's you're trying to turn around this energy. And there's nothing wrong with it. You're just saying I was wrong. I'm going to apologize, and you're clearing the energy field. So yes, you did do the right thing. Oh, you're welcome. I'm here a lot of times now that my son's, I don't know, not having a life crisis. I'll be able to come over like I was at least like every day for like an hour or something. Because my younger son Zach he was having a lot of moments. So in between all this other stuff, that's why it's been a minute. But you are welcome. All right, you want to know? Yeah, I don't need an energy reading for that. That's just a universal thing. I can do a general one on you, yeah. But that's a universal rule. You do your wrong and you admit to it and try to and clear the air. You're good. It's just literally you're just saying you were wrong and you're asking for forgiveness. If you get it or don't get it, it's still the same end result. So I've been shitty to my exes at times when I was younger. I get it. You're young. All right, your general reading. Your energy right now is in a wax crescent moon, and this talks about having faith in dreams and just having faith in things that you're trying to accomplish, type thing. That's what a waxing crescent moon is. And then you're surrounded by a gibbous moon and a full moon eclipse. A gibbous moon just talks about achieving goals and pretty much just being close. There's the goal and you're close to it. Then you got a full moon eclipse also surrounding you, and this just talks about conclusions, answers to questions, conclusions, answers, all that kind of stuff. And they're coming. For some reason, you have a lot of questions that have not been answered. So the universe is sending you answers soon. Whatever that means. I'm just happy to have a peaceful day, but you seem like you have a lot going on in your life. I don't know if I have enough energy for all that. I like to wear my little comfy shoes and go to work and be left alone and make a bunch of money. That's what I like to do. And have my 4 days off and deal with the kid squad. So, but I do wish the best luck, and I hope you come in the streams because I do try to come as much as I can. If they don't work me to death tomorrow, I'll probably come on for like an hour or so because my husband's a Twitch streamer. He streams video games, and he's always yelling about eat my Coco ass because they call him Coco. All right, Leah. Well, I likely shift realities this month in June. I may have so much distractions. What do you mean about shifting realities? Do you mean like energy shift or something? That's what it is. Oh, which is channel? I don't even know anymore. I'll write it down, and the next time I'm in the stream, I'll put it in there. He's getting some followers on Twitch. I know that, but yeah, give me like a day, and I'm gonna write it on a piece of paper, and then I'll let you guys know. He literally has these conversations with people for hours, and he's screaming on top of his lungs. That's why I'm out here in my living room. So this is why I'd rather be here than hearing that damn screaming. Oh, see, I don't meditate. I just do art. I mean, I have done mushrooms before in the past, and I got a different reality there. And dying, you get a different reality, but that's about as much as far as I wanted to go. And it's very good and positive to meditate. I think because of my busy schedule trying to get this book launched and everything, I don't have time for it. And everybody tells me if you close your eyes for a few minutes, but that doesn't work for me. Maybe my meditation is sketching. I don't know. Because once I sketch and do my arts and crafts, I'm good. And I feel like I went to another reality just doing my sketch. My one friend said some of my sketches they think holds energy. So, and they said I should watch what paintings I give to people. That's why I try to be in a happy mood before I do arts and crafts. I try to be just, like Bob Ross, happy squirrels. I used to watch him all the time. All right. Alright, let me see what's coming on that one. Oh god, now he's yelling F you. There must have been. Oh my god. Alright, you are in. I got a full moon in Scorpio for the energy reading on that one. And it just means you have some negative energy in you, like regret, self doubt, I'm picking up. And all of this is surrounded by a third quarter moon and a full moon Aquarius. The third quarter moon just talks about adjustments, how you're going to have to move things around. And a full moon Aquarius just talks about letting out your inner self type thing. Or the inner ego with psychology, however you kind of want to put it, piece it together. However that goes for you. But I'd like to put it together always in scientific terms. But that's what I'm getting from that. And I just feel like it's not like you're angry or fighting with somebody. I feel like it's more self-doubt and stuff. So, and just different things around you. And I don't even think I don't pick up any malicious energy with you. I don't really attract a lot of malicious people over here. I'm kind of lucky over here. I don't get a lot of toxic people. I don't like having all kinds of like millions of people, and I don't like having comments flowing like crazy. You can't have a decent conversation with. I don't know how these really good live streamers from Google and stuff do it. They have like this one lady I was watching on Google. They had like I think it was 50,000 people in this damn stream, and I don't know how they got to any of the questions. I really don't. But she's a good streamer, and it's like she always catches scammers and stuff. I had the flu, still recovering, and around alcohol. Okay, maybe that's why that. Then I guess that reading makes sense. I know my older son. He's an alcoholic. He went to AA and got all of his coins, and my younger son has a problem with alcohol too. So I get it. You'll be faced with like, yeah. Hey, well, maybe that's what that means. Maybe because I don't meditate. I always got a bunch of chaos going on in my damn life, some one way or another. I gotta, after dealing with all the crazy old people, I gotta go home and smoke weed and live stream and try to do some arts and crafts. Oh, well, you're welcome. I mean, it just, I didn't do it. The energy just showed me what you had. I'm able to pick up on it. Everyone has their thing. Some of my friends, well, I have one friend that's a shaman, but then she can't do tarot card or anything. So I guess everybody has kind of something they do different, even in the communities of people that do kind of things like that. Everybody has different kind of capabilities. That's what makes us unique. But if I need her for something, sometimes I help her out, sometimes she helps me out. It goes hand in hand. We all need each other for something. But I did these goods today. So probably I'll think because I got another picture frame. Actually, they at my husband's work they were throwing away 4 picture frames. So I got 3 more. So and I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta go to the bathroom and It's this week. I had a good time, and I appreciate you guys, and I hope you join the Chong the Dog family. I'm gonna start saying this Chong the Dog family. Can't there's another channel where they say the Chong family, so we'll say Chong the Dog family. And here's Chong. Hi, Chong. You know that your sister's overhear me out, and you didn't help that out the cause very well. All right, stream. Oh, here's there. All right, I'm gonna go get this because Chong's staring at me, and I got my son on the phone, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. You have a good day, and thank you if you subscribed. If you didn't, thank you for being in the stream.